Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Small Brain Podcast with your host Joseph Murphy and my co-host.
Hi guys, it's Jake, as you all know by now. How are you guys?
I'm good, mate. I'm good, mate. Yeah, just talking to them adoring fans. You know who we are.
You all know the support has been insane over these last two episodes. It's been mental.
It has been really good. I'm loving everyone saying super positive things about the podcast, and it can only get better from here. From listening to the first one to the second one, I noticed major improvements. Like, it's
It was
mad.
insane. Insane, mate. Absolutely insane.
And they're only going to get better from here. I mean, this is podcast free.
Mate.
So, you know what they say, good things comes in threes.
Can I just say, mate, our watch minutes have been mental as well. That's something that's really...
People are absolutely devouring these episodes.
Mate, they're watching the whole thing, which is really good.
We do appreciate it. You know, everyone that's listening to the podcast, you don't go unnoticed. We love everyone. You know, if you think this is a quality podcast, tell a friend, tell 5 friends, tell 15 friends. You know what I mean? Let's get everyone on the bandwagon.
Get everyone involved, mate. Get your nan's dog involved. You know what I mean? Like, we all want the support.
Really joining a movement. Get your nan's dog on it. But yeah, that's our little praise going there, everyone there. Jake, how have you been?
Yeah, mate, not bad at all. It's been quite a quiet week this week, I feel. Took some film photographs earlier on this week. Did my first roll of film in bloody ages.
Really?
And yeah, mate, that was really, really fun, to be fair. Went up to the coast and took some photos of Blakeney.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, we love Blakeney on this podcast, can't lie.
But I frequented it this week myself.
Bloody hell, mate! We've all been there. And I've sent that off to AG Labs, where it's going to get processed, and hopefully it'll come. Hopefully it'll come back soon, and I can have a look, see how this new camera's getting on. But
very nice.
That'll be good. What about you, mate? How have you been this week?
Oh, mate, it's been an action-packed week. I'll tell you.
Crikey.
Started the week off strong. Saw the missus. Anniversary.
That's always good.
That's always good. It's the first anniversary we've had in about two. In about two. We missed 2 anniversaries together due to coronavirus. You know, gets the best of us. But it was fun. Celebrated it. Had a great time. Got sunburned though. That's the first time this week. And then we had a little birthday in the household. Birthday. So we went to Hunstanton Beach, Old Hunstanton. Very nice. If anyone's been there, if anyone loves a bit of Norfolk, lives in Norfolk, or has been to Norfolk, you know that Old Hunstanton. Kiss my fingers there because it is beautiful.
Damn.
As you know, Jake.
It is beautiful there. I can't lie. The rocks and everything. It's pretty stunning.
What, it was a misty morning as well. So it
they're
looked
the best.
The cliffs were like disappearing into the mist. It was quality. And then we went to Blakeney. Well, no lie. We went to Brancaster. But that's
equally good.
Equally good. It's quality. We're watching all the people bringing in their boats. Or love it. You know what I mean?
Mate,
it's cool.
Can everyone in the comments wish Dawn a happy birthday this week?
Get on it.
Get on it.
Yeah, on it. And then today being Saturday, I met the missus again. Got sunburn again. Hey, I am redder than a tomato in a pepper. Red pepper.
Mate, you're being roasted and toasted.
Roasted. I'm gonna get a nice suntan on me though, so that's good.
Mate, if it ever tans, because your last lot didn't tan, if you remember.
Listen here, mate. At least I can tan. You know what I mean? I can tan. You've seen this. I'm like a little Joey.
I've seen this.
Some would say it's fake. I'll say, nah, it's not. But mate, speaking of things that may or may not be fake, let's hear your first topic.
Now, a song this week has been released that caught my attention. And not only did it catch my attention, I even sent a clip of this to Joe. And that got me thinking. Something that me and you could discuss on the Small Brain podcast could be our thoughts on the 6ix9ine situation.
Right.
Because I feel like
Mm-hmm.
it's quite a big situation at the moment because it's blowing up. It's the only thing I see on my Instagram feed.
I
Other
haven't seen
than,
anything of it, but that's just me, I guess.
I mean, other than I'm So Waved memes, which we covered in the last episode. If you haven't seen
Thank
that,
you,
go
I'm
back
so
and watch it.
waved. Thank you to I'm So Waved for the lawsuit. I really appreciated that one.
Claimed the video, in fact. But yeah, that's all I've been seeing in my feed, and I wondered what you thought on the whole situation, Joe, with 6ix9ine and his obviously snitching, and what you thought about the whole situation.
For those that don't know, could you explain what happened? Because I'm sort of familiar, but I don't know 100%.
So basically, what happened is in his songs, he used to rep and sort of like join in a gang called Treyway, which was a section of the Bloods.
Mm-hmm.
And then in this gang, he was never actually really part of the gang. He used to just rep it for sort of like attention and sort of, I guess, positive ways in the hoods of New York, so that could get his attention, I guess.
Something you're very familiar with, Jake.
Of course, being a hoodlum from New York. I Millie rock on any block, I'll have you know. But
oh crumbs! I seem to misplace my Millie Rock.
But yeah, so during his time repping about Treyway and that, other parts of the Bloods didn't like this, and then seemed to kidnap his baby mother, and just beat him up,
Oh god!
and like sort of threatened to kill a 6ix9ine's mum and all sorts. And
Yeah.
then because they thought he was just sort of just basically repping it, but he never actually did anything for the gang, sort of thing. So then he went to jail, as we all know, and he's basically
Being beat up.
he went to jail for there was allegations that he um, was carrying guns on the
Oh,
streets, and
okay.
he basically did armed robbery as well.
Yeah.
And then to get a shorter sort of, there were so many like allegations and probabilities of him doing sort of crimes in
There
New
was maths
York.
involved. Yeah.
There was lots of different things that he got accused of and sort of got punished for. And then, but to lower his sentence by about 50 years or like 55 years, he just snitched on the whole of the gang, which was a bit mental. But now he's coming out, he's like just banging numbers again, which is a bit mental. Like he's
It
just
is.
getting so many views, and
It is
he's
insane. Like he did a Instagram live stream, like the first one he did after being in jail, and like that broke all records of viewers on a live stream on Instagram for a criminal. You know,
it's unreal, really.
it is a
Like,
bit insane.
and
Because
his
I
new
don't know,
song.
personally, I was like, I didn't think he was like the biggest person out there in terms of music, but I feel like him doing this whole prison thing and everything like that, I think that's made him more of a celebrity.
Yeah, which I'm not sure is a good thing or a bad thing,
No, I
really.
wouldn't have thought so. I wouldn't think so.
Because I just don't know how he's obviously gonna like just carry on after. Because at the moment he's in house arrest, so he's not
Yeah.
allowed to like leave his house or anything. But he keeps getting found where he lives. People are just finding him, which I find quite strange. I mean, the first time that young girl was just like 6ix9ine's my new neighbor, and everyone just like in 2 minutes,
Oh,
police were
yeah,
there
there
just
he is.
transporting him.
Get him.
It was insane.
I feel like you should either wear a big hat because he has very noticeable hair. It's big rainbow hair this man has, and like rainbow teeth. He has rainbow teeth, doesn't he?
He doesn't anymore, I don't think.
Don't he? Oh,
No.
well, like he still has the hair though. He has the big hair.
He does. He does. He's got it all like braided now, which is
Either
quite
wear like,
strange.
don't know, some kind of cowboy hat, like that would cover it, or dye your hair a different color.
I mean, it's all rainbow colour, mate. So I don't know. Like that's just gonna fuck up with his hair, surely. You know
Shave
what I
it.
mean? You got to think
I'd
about these
shave it,
things.
but he's not
Oh,
interested.
damn.
I don't think he's in house. Oh, because you were gonna say about the new song that he's got, but in the video,
Yeah.
he's wearing his like tag on his ankle, isn't
Yeah, yeah. He
Yeah.
apparently shot that in the house where he's at.
Did he actually?
Apparently,
Fair play to him.
which you have to say is quite impressive because if you haven't seen the video for his new song, it's a bit mental. It's got Nicki Minaj in it as well. Um, G's, but yeah, I mean, I think it's a bit of a strange situation how he sort of just come back in straight with his new two songs which he's released. The second one, which got released, I think it was yesterday, broke his last record for the most amount of YouTube views in 24 hours for a rap song, which was pretty impressive.
Mm. He
Which was, I
also
think,
broke the most amount of Don't worry, I fucked it up. I was gonna say a cool joke,
no,
but
you got
I ruined it. No, I was just gonna say it broke the record for the most amount of views on a music video created by someone who's in house arrest. But it would have worked better if I didn't ruin it. But yeah, nah, as you were saying,
but yeah, I think it got something like 45 million views in 24 hours,
that's that's like a lot.
which is insane.
That's
So
small brain podcast level numbers.
I mean, we need to get there, my guy. We need to get to those
When he's
numbers.
on this show, that's yeah. Um, yeah, I
But I
don't know.
think,
It's a weird one. I thought he was under arrest for like hanging around with children and stuff, but obviously I've misread the situation.
I mean, I don't know exactly what he was in for, but I think it was a lot of sort of gang sort of activities around the
Mm.
New York area.
Yeah.
I think there was lots of different things that he was getting accused of, and
Mm.
sort
I
of
mean, he did his
got.
time,
I
but
mean, did he though? Because he
yeah,
only did 2 years.
yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's a weird one. I don't know. He seems to be like some kind of hero now. He's done these things because everyone was saying like he's gonna come out of prison and he ain't gonna do much because he's gonna step out that door and like you know get gang. You know what I mean? But it ain't really happened.
No,
Nothing's really happened. He's got he's got more popular off of this thing.
I mean the only thing that's happened is Meek Mill has like come at him. He's Nicki Minaj's
Or
ex, who, I mean, he stole
he
the
he
Undertaker's
stole
theme
the
song.
Undertaker's theme song. A very famous scandal is the Undertaker, as everyone knows, a very famous WWE wrestler. He had a theme song in the 1990s. Meek Mill stole the song, and he got sued by Undertaker, choke slammed by the Undertaker. So I don't trust Meek Mill because he stole Undertaker's theme song. He went to jail for that. Actually, he spent 45 years in prison because of that.
It's more jail time than 6ix9ine. I mean,
He had no one to snitch on. That was the thing.
but yeah, the only thing that's happened is Meek Mill's come at 6ix9ine for snitching, but 6ix9ine has exposed Meek Mill's I think is where he's in the record label. I think the producer of the record label was a snitch and used a wire back in the day. So 6ix9ine's had to go at him for that. So I mean, it's all kicking off.
It's all kicking off. Fingers being pointed at fingers.
I
Uh,
mean, it's a strange one. It's a very strange one.
it is a weird one. I mean, there's a lot of people who are, I guess, associated with some kind of crime. You make music just because they have like a lot to say, don't they? You know what I mean? Like they feel like, you know, they're musically inclined. So I don't know. It's a weird situation. I feel like if the whole snitching thing didn't go on, like we wouldn't be having this conversation. But he did do that, and that's not great. But at the same time, he was pretending really to be a part of a gang he wasn't really in. So he's not like disrespecting anyone because he wasn't with them. But
no,
bad.
It is a strange one because I feel like it's definitely the prison time and all the hype around it has definitely propelled his career. Because
big time.
if you look at someone like Lil Pump, who was sort of like a similar sort of rapper, sort of hype rap, I guess you can call it. And he's gone from millions and millions of views on songs like Gucci Gang to making a song with KSI. So it's
how the mighty have fallen, realistically. The last time I saw anything to do with Lil Pump is when he was talking to Justin Bieber about Warzone, and he looked a bit like rough. You know what I mean? Like didn't look well.
I mean, J. Cole did an interview with him. I think it was about 2 years ago, and he sort of said to Lil Pump, "Oh, your career will fall off in like 2 years' time," and it bloody has. I mean, J. Cole, the wisdom of words. But yeah, it's a strange one because I feel like it's definitely propelled his career compared to other hype rappers like Lil Pump and Smoke Perp and people like that.
Yeah, I think it is sort of a fad, you know, like the way they do their music. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think anyone thought Lil Pump was going to last too long, just because there's only so many ways you can make what he's doing work. I think that's the sort of same with Tekashi 6ix9ine, although he is changing up what he's doing, or at least to me, I think like on that new song he does a lot more singing. It seems like that chorus doesn't really sound like him, but it's good. I think it's good.
That chorus doesn't sound like him, but it does bang. I can't lie.
It slaps. Well, it's not like it slaps. But I think he's trying to be a bit more versatile to not end up like the Little Pumps of the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I definitely feel like with people like Nicky in his corner, I feel like that's definitely going to propel him as well. Yeah. And I mean, he's got a song coming out with Akon, which I feel could be quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it goes something like that.
I actually did sound alright, to be fair.
Yeah, that sounded pretty good, mate. I liked it.
No, I didn't mean it. I meant the song, like, there was a snippet on Instagram of, like, him with Akon, and it sounded alright.
Yeah.
Oh, it was quite good,
too. Yeah, mate. I mean, both are equally good, I feel, but...
Yeah, you know, I don't want to think, because I sound so good, I don't want to get copyrighted, like, you know what I mean?
Oh, damn, can't. I mean, we're not monetized yet, so I don't know how we're going to get
they can still
too much copyright.
They'll get you. There's a lot there's a lot of stuff going on with YouTube at the moment where they'll get you for anything. So I won't, Akon, if you're listening, don't Meek Mill me. You know what I mean?
But yeah, I think that could be quite good. That Akon collab. I mean, it depends what happens. I mean, I think fair play.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Your point. Finish your point. You're onto something there.
I think. I mean, I'd say fair play to him for sort of trying to carry on his career. But I don't know. I feel like I don't really agree with what he's done in the past at all. But I think his music in his career, I mean, I wish him all the best for it because I feel like everyone's got to make a living somehow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I definitely think we'll see how this song with Akon goes because I feel like that could be a banger.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Do you think people who associate themselves with him, Tekashi 6ix9ine, people who like do music with him and that sort of thing, do you think they'll get branded for working with someone who's a snitch.
I mean, Akon and Nicki Minaj have already got trolled so many times on the internet already. It's outrageous. I mean, they're only the die-hard fans that I think that don't want to see them getting into any controversy for their favourite artists. But I feel like it's going to be a rocky ride for whoever collabs with them, because I feel like they're always going to get slated, they're always going to get branded, even if they had nothing to do with it because they're working with someone like that. But I feel like if you want to make the money, you've got to. It's like any job. You don't like working with certain people, but you've got to if you want to sort of make money and further your career. So it's like any other artist will collab with 6ix9ine to further their career because it will get them views and get them money. So
I guess, but like if I was a bricklayer and I was working with another bricklayer who used to be a murderer, and he should have done more time, but he only did 2 years because he snitched on other murderers. I don't know. I feel like we wouldn't be doing a very good. I don't think people would hire us.
no, but I feel like the amount of views that 6ix9ine's already got with Nicki Minaj in this most recent video is making him a hell of a lot of money.
Do you think people are looking because they're curious, like, oh, a little snitch man, what's he doing? Or do you think people are looking because they're like, he's good?
I'll be honest, I think for this new Nicki Minaj song, they're looking for Nicki Minaj.
Better play them.
I think that is definitely, I mean, through the reactions of the video that I've seen, they're sort of all just focusing on Nicki Minaj and sort of saying the 6ix9ine chorus goes hard. But other than that, I mean,
I was reading the comments and everyone was being like, because he's done a song with her before. Fifi?
Yeah, that's it, I think.
And everyone was like, when Tekashi 6ix9ine and Nicki Minaj together, Tekashi 6ix9ine is so chill, man. Like he's relaxed, he's loving it, and I'm like, what does that mean? He's just really, he's just calm, he's just chill, like vibing.
I don't really understand it, but I've seen that as well.
Yeah, I was reading them, and I was just like, fair play. I guess you know him well. But
yeah, I guess. But yeah, it's a bit of a strange topic for me this week. But I thought I'd just
I
bring it out.
I like it. It's topical. It's a thing that's happening. It's a bit different, and I like it. And I think we've fixed that topic. I think we know now.
Yeah, no, where we stand on the Small Blank podcast.
Yeah.
But I think that nicely leads us on to our song of the week.
Oh my god.
And I'm gonna let Joe go first. So what is your song / album? Because you did mix it up last week, mate, and I respect it.
You know, I don't want you thinking that every week's gonna be an album from me because I like to keep spontaneity. You know what I mean?
So what is, Joe, your song of the week?
Well, my song of the week is I'm gonna not even probably attempt the person who made this song. This is his name, right? Because I don't know how you say it. It's by an Icelandic singer. It's called Thinking About Things. I don't know if you've heard
it. Without you attempting the name,
you definitely won't recognize it by the name of the person who sang it because his name's like Dudra Fier or something like that. He's got one video where he says his name, and I've been listening to it over and over and again, and how he says it. And before I came up here, I was like, Dufre, but it's not right, I don't think. But you know, it'll be a thing because Jake's really good at editing these. There'll be a thing up on the screen right now telling you what his name is. You can read it there. But yeah, I found this song because it was advertised on Instagram a hell of a lot, and I was like, this sounds pretty interesting. And I'm ashamed to say it, Jake. You know my stance on this. I'm ashamed to say it. I'm disgusted with myself. But I heard this song on a few TikToks, right? And I thought it sounded good. And then I looked into it, and it's really interesting. Like, you know, have you heard of the Eurovision Song Contest?
I have indeed.
Oh, mate, I love it. But this song was Iceland's entry into the Eurovision Song Contest, but of course it didn't happen. But something was like other countries still held like a Eurovision thing, but just with the songs that were entered. And like their performances of it from their thing, because like every country has like a mini tournament to get one song through. It's like the World Cup of singing, but they did it, and like everyone was saying the song was going to win, and I was like, it does bop. Like the beginning of it, I think I hate because it's too Eurovision. Like it sounds a bit trash, but the rest of it is banging. But it sounds like
the song of the week. The song of the week from Joe. The first bit of it, I absolutely despise.
No,
so I actually
Hear me out. So it's literally like maybe 2 or 3 seconds, possibly 4. I might drop in a 6, but it is like literally the intro part. Trash. Like I hate it. But the rest of it is so good. There's one part where the main singer, Diofre, is singing, and then he's got these 2 people doing like a melody thing with him, and it's one of the most amazing things I've ever heard. But it sounds like a Daft Punk song and like another song. It sounds like there's this group called Tuxedo that I like. It sounds a lot like them, but they're very good. It's in English, if that helps. Like it's not an Icelandic song by an Icelandic singer, but he speaks English, so there you go, Jake.
I'll have to check it out, mate. It sounds pretty good, to be fair. I do like the Eurovision Song Contest.
Yeah, I love Eurovision Song Contest. I am planning to talk about Eurovision Song Contest on this podcast because we have some strong opinions about it. But yeah, that was mine. It's banging. People have probably heard it because it is on like a lot of TikToks. Apparently, not that I know much about this. I try and stay away from that. I'm sober. I'm TikTok sober. But yeah, Jake, I would love to hear what your song of the week is. And does it have a trash opening?
Mine, it doesn't. I have to admit that this week, my song of the week is a song called "Go" by the Kid Laroi and Juice WRLD.
Wait, what?
It's been released. It got released 2 days ago, I think, or 3. And it is actually really good.
Wow.
The Kid Laroi is a rapper from Australia who I think he's about 17, 18.
Yeah.
He is actually like his range from like being a rapper to a singer is incredible. So he can just like switch between, which I find really quite impressive. He's the only person to ever be signed to Juice WRLD's sort of record label.
What about Juice WRLD?
What?
What about Juice WRLD? Was he not?
No, because this was his own record label.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's his record label, but the only person he ever signed was the Kid Laroi. So he sort of took him under his wing and sort of showed him the way, I guess. But they do sound quite similar. But the Kid Laroi's a very good artist, up and coming. He's got some other really good songs where he collabs with other people. But yeah, it's definitely worth checking out because it's got a really good Juice WRLD verse in it as well, which is really good to see. And yeah, I think it's probably my favourite song of the week. I think it's my favourite the Kid Laroi song, maybe of all time. But yeah, I'll definitely going to give it a listen.
I'd say that's good because that follows on from what we talked about last week with the whole.
Indeed.
I think it was last week. It was.
What was it last week? I think it was 2 weeks ago, mate.
No, No, was it? No, was it? It was. It was the first podcast.
It was.
If you want to hear our thoughts about Juice WRLD still releasing songs, even though, he's not with us anymore, listen to the first podcast.
Yeah, definitely. Go and give that a listen.
Yeah.
Go give the 2 songs of the week a listen as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I think that covers our song of the week section of the podcast. And now to move on to Joe's main event topic.
All right, listen, Jake, I've been excited to tell you about this podcast. No, I've been excited to tell you about this topic since the last
He's been
podcast.
going on about this. all week. I want to make this clear. He's been literally messaging me, going, "Oh, this is going to be sick. It's going to be sick." So I'm excited to hear,
mate. So, I want everyone to know, right? I am trying to not interrupt Jake, not interrupt him. I'm trying not to be like really witty and cool by answering Jake straight after he talks, because every time we upload these podcasts, after a certain point, I just hop into his audio, which I don't understand what's happening, but it's okay. But I also just said that as a preamble to like keep you waiting on the edge of your seat, because I know you're thinking, what topic could he possibly have that's so interesting? Well, Jake, at the start of this week, we had some tragic news, didn't we? We had some absolute devastating news about a little something that we were looking forward to at Sundown Festival.
Sundown, baby.
If you don't know what Sundown Music Festival is, it is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, music festivals in Norwich.
Exactly.
It's quality. We love it. But due to the whole, epidemic, it's been cancelled this year and moved to next year. So I wanted, this to be sort of like a Sundown memorial, you know what I mean? Like a Sundown retrospective review, enjoyable moments, why we enjoy it, why we love it. It's a bit of bloody Sundown, boys. My topic's Sundown.
I mean, rest in peace, Sundown 2020. I want to make that clear.
Pour one out for
Oh,
Sundown.
crikey, mate. Oh, it's tragic news, really. In one respect, it's tragic. In one respect, it's very good.
What?
I'll tell you why it's very good.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm glad it's cancelled in one respect, because my 18th birthday lands at the end of August. And I've been planning to get a tattoo on my birthday, quite a big one, right?
Uh-huh.
So if I'd have got that tattoo on my birthday, Sunburn would have been a disaster.
Well, I actually can't believe that you were so worried about your Sundown sunburn that you started an epidemic.
It's all me,
It's
mate.
all
It's all
you.
me. But
Oh my god.
another good reason is that we can go to many more festivals next year, because we only have to pay for the ones next year instead of two next year.
That was a long-winded way of saying we already have Sundown paid for next year, so we don't have to buy it. So we have money for other festivals. Yes, Jake. What fantastic point. True. Yeah, that's great. I personally would have loved to have it. I was really looking forward to it. But that's cool that Jake had a toe. But you brought it up already. The Sundown Sunburn. It's one of the classic things that you get at Sundown. Now, Jake, you've only been to one Sundown. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I have been to more than you. I don't remember. 3? I feel like it's 3.
I think it. You told me it was three last year, so I'm going with three.
That was the correct answer. 2017 was my first one. 2018 was my second one. 2019 was my third one. I'm a bit of a Sundown boy. You know what I mean? I enjoy myself a Sundown. And, I mean, you always heard me rave about it. You always heard me praise about it. What did you think about your first Sundown experience last year?
I thought it was class. I thought it was absolutely unreal. I thought I'd say my favourite part, I'd say, was probably seeing Example. I thought that was incredible.
Mm.
I'm an avid Example fan, as many of you who know me know. I love Example, so I think that was probably my favourite part. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, mate. I mean, going with you and George and George's girlfriend was really good, mate.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good event. I mean, we had our ups and downs, but it was really good. I thought.
I think it was only ups for the boys. I mean, yeah, it was cool. We had a great time. Yeah, Yeah, I feel like for people that don't know, Sundown. I don't think I explained it. Sundown is a music festival that's held every year, sort of end of August, start of September, in Norwich Showground. Nah, Norfolk Showground. Uh, it's a 2-day event technically. Well, it's not. It's a 4-day event if you want it to be. Yeah, it's great. It's great fun. But you sort of get to know the type of act that will be there. Like we always do our little predictions. We try and guess who's going to be there, but you kind of know what kind of person's going to be there.
I mean, we tried to do our predictions this year,
Mm-hmm.
and we were going to have a look at the lineup together when it got released, but no. I was late into college that morning, all excited with glee as I drove in, and I was like, "Oh, I'll tell you what, this is gonna be good. We're gonna have a look at the lineup together, a little giggle about it." There was gonna be quite a few of us looking at the lineup. I want to make this clear. I walk in there, they're like, "Oh, did you know Sean Paul's going this year?" I was like, "Mate, I may as well do a U-turn and go back home." You know what I mean?
Look, we had been planning that for absolute years, mate. When you go in there, right, and friend of the podcast, Lewis, is just staring at you. You know what I mean? He's just like with a smile and going, "Sundown line, it's pretty good." And he's saying, "You want to see it?" How am I supposed to say no? You know what I mean? I put it off the first time, and I was like, Jake's probably not coming in today. He's probably not a car crash site, so I'll have a look at it. But
Outrageous.
yeah, what did you think of the lineup this year?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I didn't think. I'm not sure if it was as good as last year. I was excited to see a few of the acts. I thought I was excited to see Example again because he's going. He was going. He's still going to next year, I think, isn't
Yeah.
he? He's one of the acts that are staying. I mean, Sean Paul, I was really excited about seeing because me and Joe are avid fans of Sean Paul.
We've always something we always say on this podcast. We always say, we always say, Sean Paul, he's pretty good.
That is what we
I
say.
was trying to find something that would rhyme with Paul. Oh, I couldn't.
Sean Paul, he's no tool.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's
Like,
good. That's good. I like that. I like that. I like that. Pass me the ball, and we'll go listen to some Sean Paul.
damn, he nailed it. He nailed it.
But yeah,
mate, he absolutely nailed it. But yeah, I thought there was some banging acts going this year. I mean, Becky Hill had a main place this year, which was outrageous. I thought that was incredible.
the underdog.
I mean, she's always the substitute, but she has got her main place, and I think she deserves it, mate. Last year she was incredible. I thought.
Yeah. Last year we were meant to have who? Someone. Who was it?
Steph London, I think.
London, but she couldn't make it because she was ill. So they flew in Becky. Say Becky Lynch, Becky Hill, and she did her performances, and I'd argue she was one of the top ones that weekend. She was quality.
She was quality, mate. She was very good, I thought. I mean, there were so many good acts going this year, and I think the only one that isn't going next year when they're rescheduling it is Bugsy Malone, mate.
Oh, really? I didn't even notice that. Do you know who else isn't going?
Who?
Bring it in, and I'll bring it back. JK ain't going next year. I was so devastated, mate. I was like,
mate, that's appalling news.
All I wanted to do was dance to some chat, but that ain't happening. He might,
mate. That's actually hurting.
Yeah, he might. Who else? There was J1 supposed to go?
Yeah, J1
He
was
ain't
supposed to
going
go.
either, I don't think. Next year, neither of the
Jesus.
J's. I remembered that there was a JK and a J1 that was going, and now neither of them are going.
That's poor news. That's poor.
Because he's all about stealing your missus. Nah, he's actually joking, isn't he?
That is one of his famous lyrics. Yeah.
Yeah, that is just from one of his songs. You're right. But yeah, they're which I thought was in poor taste. They put up on their Facebook page and Instagram. They were saying our first wave of acts are in, and with this whole COVID thing, we're having waves of, it's like second wave of COVID-19, all that sort of thing. Second spoiler. I thought that was in poor taste. Like, there's no need for that.
It's not really needed, is it? I mean, that's just a bit poor. But I'll tell you who I am excited to see next year at Sundown. The bloody Manor.
Oh mate, the Swaz. Yeah, the Manor are quite. Oh, they were one of the ones I was really looking forward to the most, to be honest with you, from this year. It was a weird lineup. It was all over the place. It was very sort of, I don't know if it was a big sort of like music. It was a specific time. You had Young D and Bugsy. You had your Bugsy Malone. You had your JKs. You had your J1s. You know what I mean? But you also had Sean Paul. No, I mean that's crazy to me.
And Loyal Kana.
Unexpected. Headliner, Loyal Kana. Unreal. For a festival that's all about doing a little dance and like having a drink and stuff. Loyal Kana is the last person I expected to be headlining that festival.
Yeah, I couldn't see him doing a nighttime show.
That's probably why it never happened.
They were like, Loyal Kana can't do this nighttime show, so we'll put on coronavirus, which will then move our festival.
We'll put it on. We'll pop it on.
Mate, imagine Boris just in his daily briefings. Oh, this wave of coronavirus. Oh,
nah, do it, mate. You can do it, mate. I believe in you.
This wave of coronavirus is sponsored by Sundown 2020.
Well, 2021 now. Get your tickets.
Damn, yeah, true that.
Mental.
God, Young T and Bugsy as well. I mean, they've just released their remix with the baby of "Don't Rush, Slow Touch."
Yes, they have. That song is a banger. It just is a banger.
Mate, with the baby as well. That is pretty mad.
I think the baby's great, to be honest.
I think he's very good. I think he's definitely one of the most varied in the American rap scene, I'd say.
Yeah, I feel like he could improve in some places. Like sometimes I'm listening to him and I'm like, this is really good. But sometimes he has like a weird way of like wording things. Like he struggles to make a sentence flow nicely.
Yeah.
Like he'll go, it sounds like he's falling down some stairs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean, mate. I feel like he definitely does that in some of his songs, but that could just be the producky of the song, mate. You know what I mean? Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that's very true.
Respect that. But another thing that I love about Sundown, the price ain't that bad.
Oh, mate, it's reasonable.
It is reasonable. You compare that to your Leeds of the world, your Glastos of the world, what would be another one? I don't even know.
Mate, Boomtown is outrageously priced.
Boomtown, you need to sell both your legs and half your house just to get a tent for it. You know what I mean?
Although I do really want to go.
Oh, don't get me wrong, it looks amazing. It looks so cool. Like the whole thing is like, I don't even know if they have music there, but it's like there's just like 1,000 actors and stuff in there, and like there's these giant sets and things like that, and like they do it as chapters as well. It's meant to be telling like a story.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to someone once, and they sort of said that I think their boyfriend went, and she was saying how basically he got like a drink or something, and on the bottom of the cup it had like a code and said go to this door in like the Boomtown village, and then it went to this door, and it led to like this underground nightclub, but only people who bought certain cups from this bar could go. So it's like there's so many layers to it. It's unbelievable.
Like it's like someone who I know went as well. And saying they were just walking around. There was like a pirate ship in the woods, but like it wasn't like a thing that was like bigged up. It was just sort of there, everyone was like, "Whoa, mental!" But it's like you don't get that anywhere. Like it is mad, and I do want to go to that one day because I think it would be an experience.
Mate, I feel like the only thing you can compare it to is maybe it's sort of a next level Coachella, I guess.
Oh yeah, Coachella.
Because I've heard that's pretty similar in like just the amount of sort of layers it has to it is quite good. But I feel like it's basically the UK version of Coachella on steroids.
Yeah, it is.
So
There's a lot going on with that.
but yeah, I definitely want to go there at some point.
What are other festivals that you're fond of that you want to go to?
I mean, I really want to go to Reading or Leeds next
Uh-huh.
year. I feel like you're going to do the same. I think, Joe,
I'd
aren't you?
like to, yeah. I feel like I'd go. I mean, think possibly yes.
You might be going with the missus, mightn't you?
Yeah,
I
because she
think.
was meant to go this year, but they got cancelled. So I can't remember if she got a refund or if she got a refund for it, but I think she's going to keep the money and go next year. Because she's always wanted to go, and I've always wanted to go to either Reading and or Leeds. You know what I mean? Because it's the same thing. Because it is just a quality festival.
Yeah, mate. It's the acts are really sort of varied, and I think that's a good thing to have at a festival because, I mean, the acts at Sundown were varied this year, but I think Leeds and Reading, the act sort of variety
Yeah,
is pretty insane.
it's true. My thing that I'm always like, that's a shame about is like with Sundown, all your acts that you really want to see are just on the main stage. But with these other festivals like Leeds and already, it's like you can have one act that you got the baby on main stage at like 3 o'clock, right? Then you've also got uh
Lewis
Lewis
Capaldi
Capaldi,
on the other stage.
Lewis Capaldi on the other main stage at 3:05. You know what I mean? So you can't be in two places at once.
Mate, you
That's where you got
can't.
to pick and choose.
I do. I do rate that with Sundown, you know. Although me and you stayed at the main stage for about 10 hours last year and
Mate, that
didn't
was
move.
quality. I loved it.
I mean, can I just preface, when me and you went to Sundown, mate, we ate, I think, a total of like, I mean, personally, I ate a total of like 3 packets of crisps the whole four
You
days.
did, yeah. I do remember you being like, you eating anything? You just munch on some crisps. Like, I could see the wrappers piling up, but they weren't a lot. They weren't a very big pile.
Nah, mate. I mean, we were gonna go and get some. What were you gonna get? We were gonna go and get some
Yeah,
chicken
yeah.
nuggets,
But
weren't
it
we?
was only open during the
But
day, and we were busy at that main stage.
yeah, mate. And then the first day we went with the drum and
Oh,
bass
mate,
tent. The
you
first
love
day, the
drum and
mosh pit
bass.
tent. Oh, mate. By the fourth day, I was getting annoyed with it, but
The day with which we had to come home, it started really bothering me actually.
which is a good thing,
Yeah,
I guess, because then you can never
yeah.
overstay it.
I
But
remember
the first day,
we had a bet on. You
incredible.
were like, is it Anne Marie was there? You're like, if Anne Marie says this is a
Yeah,
who likes drum and bass, I'll kick off. I think she did go. It was like 2002 or whatever it was. She was like, "Oh, we want to see a drum and bass remix of this."
yeah.
That was good. That
Oh, mate, it's full of laughs. Full of laughs, Sundown. I
man,
can't
that
lie.
first day with the rave tent. If anyone's never been to a rave tent, I highly recommend it. If you like a good workout.
Mate, that was 4 hours of bruises and battle scars. I can't lie.
Hey, oh, frog splashed some woman. When I
What?
like fell onto someone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that poor lady. Girl, even, I'd say.
Yeah, we were able to
Mate,
bounce around, and then there was a mosh pit going on, and they just sort of like cannonballed into it. Like,
you
but everyone was cool.
fell on top of
Yeah,
this girl. I mean, everyone was cool except from, I think, her bloke or a bloke she knew who just started like going, whoa, what's going on? And then like you got off, and he was like, oh, don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
he saw my absolute height. He was like, Jesus, mate, that absolute specimen. He's like, I'm leaving this now.
Mate, unreal. And then the guy with the ski mask that was controlling the mosh pits, that was brilliant.
That was a bit cool. That I did like that. All memories. That unfortunately we're not going to make this year, but hopefully next year there won't be another pandemic on.
Mate, hopefully that would be really good. I can't wait to go to more festivals next year, especially because I can drive there now, mate. So it'll be so much easier to get to places as well. And hopefully you'll be able to drive there by next year as well, my guy. So we'll be able
convoy.
to. Oh, mate, that'll be
convoy, and or share. I'll do the pedals, you do the steering.
I mean, we do that anyway, mate. Don't cap.
Yeah, I'll sit on a little pile of books, do the steering wheel, and then you do the. Works pretty well. It's pretty cool.
It's quite good off it. It's definitely quite good.
But yeah, that was my thing. I thought, we really lost someone near and dear to us with the whole Sundown thing. Because I was devastated when I saw the news.
Mate, I was absolutely destroyed, especially because we had a larger crew going with us
this would have been
this year as well. We had mate, we had our good mates Charlie, we had Ethan, we had some people from college as well, Harrod, Izzy, and Emma. I think that was good. But mate, it would have been insane.
Yeah, it would have been a good. I think festivals are always enjoyed when you got more people there. I think you just, a bit better. Get the tents nice and circled. I mean, a little campfire. But yeah, hopefully everyone, might even get a bigger crowd of people for next year. You know what I mean? But
oh mate, that'd be solid.
Yeah, we'll be sure to record a Small Brain podcast Sundown special while we're there, in the tent.
If you guys want that, drop a like. As well, I do want to say something. In the next coming few weeks, out of those few names that I listed, we might have a special guest coming on. So keep your eyes open for that. One of our good mates might be coming on as a special guest. So you'll have to wait and see who that is.
But we've been discussing, we've been talking, we've been having conference calls about it. Money has been exchanged, and yes, we will be having guests on this podcast in the next coming few weeks. We might be having one of them guests on this podcast. And they may or may not have listened to this podcast. It's not a concern.
It's not a concern. I mean, one of them in a couple of weeks. Sean Paul the next. I mean. We're looking to expand, so
it's all stepping stones. It's all stepping stones. Like we talked earlier, we're gonna have to catch 6ix9ine on here, because he's a big fan of it. He's been messaging us a lot. But yeah, Sean Paul for sure. What else has he got going on?
I mean, Sundown, but that's not happening. So Small Brain podcast. You know what I mean?
Where Sundown ends, we begin. You know what I mean?
But yeah, mate, I think that was a good topic. I think this is a good place to sort of seal and deal this week's episode of the Small Brain podcast.
Absolutely.
Any last thoughts, my guy?
Yeah, I do. I just want to say, big thanks again for everyone listening to the podcast. I hope you're enjoying it. I can't speak for Jake, but I enjoy making them.
I was very much
enjoying I enjoy this. This is great. We get to have a chat and stuff. We enjoy doing it. It's what we'd be doing anyway. But yeah, it's good. And there's people listening to it, as you said, like the analytics, the watch minutes. Like people are really watching this and really enjoying this. And yeah, tell a friend, tell 54.
Tell your nan's dog. Want to make that clear again.
Throwback. And yeah, you know, sick. Jake, you thoughts, please?
But yeah, mate. Yeah, I think I'm really happy how this is getting on, the podcast. This isn't, I want to make this clear as well, this isn't just a coronavirus thing. We're looking to carry this on after coronavirus and hopefully get some visuals as well. Hopefully do it when we're allowed to do it in person. Hopefully do it in person. And then just get things rolling from there, really, because I think this is going places, and I like it where it's going. So yeah, I'll definitely think we definitely need to do that in the future and keep an eye open for that, the visuals and stuff to go alongside with it.
Big time.
Big time. Right then. Well, from the Small Brain Podcast, good morning, good day, and good evening, and we'll catch you next time.